Hey guys, welcome to You the Boss podcast, episode 43. I'm your host, Pam, and today we're going to be talking about resolutions and 5 things to bring with you into 2025. Happy New Year! Whether 2024 was a good year, a bad year, or a somewhere in between kind of year, it's over. It's behind us. We have to move forward. I've loved the last few days watching people post the highlights of their year, the different perspectives, maybe even some of the lessons that they've learned. It's so interesting to see because what one person could have maybe seen as completely daunting and terrible, someone else may see it as life-changing and growing, and both aren't wrong. They're just the perspective, right? And I wanted to start this episode by defining the word resolution. I recently got into a conversation with some friends, and everyone has a different definition. We were going back and forth of saying, resolutions are not good. I don't believe in resolutions. And other people were saying, well, no, I absolutely believe in resolutions. And, some people thrive in calling it a resolution. Some people thrive in calling it a goal. It doesn't really matter. I think that whichever one you call it, there's still magic in it. As per Google, a resolution is a firm decision to do or not do something. A New Year's resolution is a promise to yourself to start or stop doing something on the first day of the year. You'll find in the coming days or even the coming weeks, I guess, people are going to openly ask you what you want to accomplish this year. They're going to ask you about your resolutions. They're going to talk to you about their own resolutions. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to subscribe to a resolution or a goal. However, statistics are what they are. It shows that setting a resolution or a goal at the beginning of the year, it sets you up for success in the next 12 months. They're important, is the point. You have to know in what direction you're going in, if you're going anywhere, or you end up nowhere with nothing to show for it. And when I say nothing to show for it, it's not a material thing. It's you building your life, what you use to build your life. You only get one life. You can only do this once. You don't get do-overs. You don't get to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I want to do yesterday again. You don't get to do that. You get to choose those bricks. You get to build them brick by brick. So why not make choices that are the best for you? Whether it's setting a goal of how many books you want to read this year, how many workouts you want to get this year. You want to set up your roadmap. You want to set up the guidelines. Some people call it like, oh, I don't like to do that. I like to just choose the day I'm going to start. I don't like to start on a Monday. I like to start on my own terms. And that's great. But at some point you do have to choose, right? So that's the point. If you're feeling overwhelmed by everything that I just said, cool. Because as I was writing that, I was like, oh my God, there's so much to unpack here. There's so much to process mentally. But that's actually how I got down to saying, what are a couple of things that people can carry with them for this year to help them maybe kind of harness where it is that they want to go, what it is that they want to do. Maybe they're still thinking about it. So here are 5 things that you can carry with you through 2025 and, I guess the future. Number 1, choose to keep your promises. The actual definition, like I read, is making a promise to yourself to do or not do something. Being surrounded by children and new parents, we're constantly hearing parents like, you have to be honest, you have to honor what you say, you have to do what you say. And I'm here to tell you to take your own advice. If you're setting a goal of doing something this year, do it. If it's booking a solo trip, if it's booking that anniversary party with your partner, or that anniversary trip with your partner, or a money goal or a weight goal, keep that promise. You'll find that the more that you're honest with yourself, the more that you prove to yourself when you make a goal, the happier that you will be with the person that you spend 100% of your time with, which, by the way, is yourself. Number 2, garden your life. And what I mean by that is nurture your life. Pay attention to the areas that might have some weeds in them. Pay attention to the areas where you might need to put a little more seed down, or maybe it needs a little extra love. Are you neglecting your health? Have you been overworking? Are you not calling loved ones because you're just so busy, or because, you just get caught up in the rat race? What about your mind? Are you just playing podcasts and shows in the background all the time and it's never quiet? Are you ever just solely focused in one area without that noise in the background? What about your spirit, your faith? Maybe you have faith in a higher being, faith in the universe. When's the last time you nurtured those things? Nurture the garden in your life. It'll feed you everything that you sow into it. Use it well. Number 3, take inventory of your relationships. I know that I mentioned calling loved ones, but it really does deserve its own point. Life, time, it happens so fast. And you might think, well, I spend a lot of time with my family. We do dinners all the time. And whenever we're together, I'm not on my phone. And yeah, but when was the last time that you got together with a family member that it wasn't because of a family outing? That it wasn't because of a Christmas or New Year's or a birthday? When was the last time that you said, hey, sis, do you want to go to dinner? When was the last time you called your brother and said, hey, you want to come with me to ShopRite? Like, just to walk around? Or maybe it's just sending a thank you card, or just because. We build our lives with bricks. Make sure that yours are solid in those relationships. Number 4, dare to learn. Dare to listen to those around you. And listen to what their life could be teaching you, what you can learn. In a world where the internet, there's so much information. You could Google right now the definition of something, and like a million pages comes up with the definition of whatever it is that you're Googling. So in this world, I dare you to learn something from someone in your life once a week. I'm not saying every day. I'm not even saying every other day. I'm saying once a week. Number 5, and this one is personal. Be who you think you're not. Stop chasing this other version of yourself that you think you're not, and just be the person. And I mean that on a positive note. Don't think that if you think you're not a good person, or, no, I mean this in the positive. Who you are to be, the future self that you keep chasing, that you think that you're not, is already inside of you. You bring your present version to your future version, and you've brought your past version with you also, because we are ever evolving. What a better way to pay respect to yourself than to be exactly who you think you're not. In closing, resolutions can be daunting. There's no better way for me to say that. But they don't need to hold up that space. It can be hard to choose. It can be overwhelming. But you don't have to let it be that way. Just set one goal this year. Just one. I don't mean climb Mount Fuji in 5 minutes. Set one goal this year that will catapult you into a future that you feel the proudest of building. Go get 'em, boss. Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. Come back again next week for another episode of You the Boss podcast.